everyone, so you've heard me refer to this group text that I'm in probably a dozen times already, and one of the women that's in the group text is Lisa D1 here on YouTube, the real Lisa D1 on Instagram, and we've been going back and forth with some collaboration ideas or fun tag ideas, and Lisa came up with doing a video where you use some of your favorite influencers or YouTubers products to do a get ready with me. And as I'm filming this, I know that she filmed it, and I think it's going up before mine. I have assembled a variety of products, some that were directly solicited. I asked them for their input, and then some others just from watching other YouTubers or bloggers. So I will let you know who recommended the product and how I got the recommendation. And I thought we just kind of maybe just chit chat, do a good old fashioned get ready with me. So hair is up and out of the way. It was going to be a good hair day until I went outside. It's misting and my hair just went, so up it goes. Face is washed and prepped, and I should point out the moisturizer that I use every day in the morning for the last few months was actually a recommendation, not directly, but that I got from watching Dr. Dre, who recommended using the CeraVe moisturizer. And it's really budget friendly, and it comes either in a giant tub or I have the smaller squeezy bottles. That's what I prefer, so I don't have to keep digging my hand in. So I'll put that in the description box, and everything will be listed in the description box, and all the people I'm talking about will be listed in the description box, and that is enough talking without action. So let's get started. So the first product is not a recommendation, but it's how I start. It's my recommendation, and that's the Trish McEvoy Instant Eye Lift. I think this is my third or fourth tube. And this just cancels out any blueness and dark circles. This is a BK Beauty brush. I'm not sure which one. I think it's a 108. Yep. And obviously recommended by Lisa J Makeup. You'll see another thing from her as we get along. Good for highlighter, padding and concealer. It's a little fluffier than the 106. So one of my favorite YouTubers to watch is Jessica Braun. Jessica is someone that I just really enjoy watching. I'm gonna apply as we go. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Foundation. I have it in the shade Soft Ivory, but I think I could go a little darker. I just love her no-nonsense attitude. I like her sense of humor. I enjoy the variety of her content. And I really enjoy most of her recommendations, if not all, actually. I guess all of the ones I've ever tried. And also we have a similar complexion. So if a shade works on her, generally I know it's gonna work for me, or maybe be a little too dark, but I really like her a lot. Okay, so I have been playing with this foundation for a while, and initially I could not stand it. And I realized that the key is to apply it with a beauty sponge. So this one is also from BK Beauty, and I like the big flat end to kind of stipple on, and then I can refine with the pointier end. I do put it on my lids. It makes for a nice base for what's coming next. So I'd have to agree with Jessica's recommendation. It's a good foundation. I'm just gonna layer some more on. Next, we're going into concealer, and this one was already a favorite, but it was also directly recommended to me by Lisa D1. It's easier to call her that than Lisa, because there's also Lisa J Makeup that's in our group text, so we usually call them LD and LJ, but LD also really loves the Maybelline Master Conceal, and I have it in the shade Light. One of my all-time favorite concealers is the Clarins Instant Concealer, and I feel like, oh, it's a little dark on me right now. I feel like the consistency of the Maybelline Master Chrome is very similar. So I would call this a drugstore dupe. So what I like to do with this concealer is find a 106 brush. It's a little denser, and pat that in. And normally I would also put some of this under my eyes, but it's a little darker than what I am right now. So I don't think that's a good idea. But see how it just shears out but blends into the foundation, gives really good coverage. It's beautiful. I don't know how many of you have been shopping the Sephora sale, but it looks like a lot of you based on the clicks that I've been noticing go through my affiliate account. If you are a beauty insider, that's opened up to you as well. One of the things I did order was the Laura Mercier, is it the Radiant Concealer? I've never tried it. It's gotten really good reviews, and I was kind of curious. So can't wait for that to show up. Before we get on to powder, this is another one of my recommendations. I don't do this every day, especially not now, but this contour from Charlotte Tilbury is absolutely my favorite so far. And I say so far because I also ordered the Fenty Beauty Matchstick contour kind of stick. So we'll see. But for this, I tilt my head down, suck in my cheeks, and follow the lines. And I've also been using it to contour my nose. Again, not every day. Just to, I think it's skinny enough at the top, but then it gets a lot wider at the bottom. So can you imagine if it were that skinny? I would look a little strange. And you know what? Let's just go all in. Let's do the full face today. And here. This is cheating a little. This is adding some bronzing as well, but so stipple with the, I'm just gonna wipe some of this off. I did too much. Stipple with the 106. So I like to stipple and then kind of pull it and blend. I'm also cheating and using this to kind of warm up the foundation. It was a little light. And if you think you've gone a little too far, you can go over that with your foundation brush or your beauty blender. And I may have gone a little crazy. I really haven't been wearing makeup lately. I feel like I'm kind of forgetting how to put it on. Now, another recommendation from a friend, Sarah from Hot and Humid. She's a blogger and really big here on Instagram. She loves another Charlotte Tilbury product. It's the Beauty Light Wand. And I have it in the shade Spotlight. I also have it in Peachgasm. And I'm just going to apply that with a less heavy hand this time on my cheekbones. There is some radiance with the foundation, so I feel like I don't need it anywhere else. And I'm gonna wipe off that same brush and just tap it in. Now let's get to powdering. And the reason that I powder, I do have dry skin, but I powder after I'm done with my wet, I was gonna say ingredients, I'm not cooking, with my wet products, is that if I don't powder it and then I go on to apply bronzer or blush that's powder, it sticks to the wet parts and it gets patchy. So even if you have dry skin, I do recommend powdering after you're done with foundation, concealer, any wet products you're using before you move on to bronzer, blush, any powder products you're using. So the one that was recommended to me, actually when I was shopping for a new one a few months ago, this was recommended to me by Lisa J Makeup, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder, the Genius Magic Powder. Under eye and face is recommended, and I have it in the shade 2. Shade 1 is pink. It is straight up pink. It will definitely brighten, but I don't want pink. I'm good. So I'm going to actually go back and use that 108 brush to set under my eyes. And then with that same brush, I get a crease right here, so, and here. So I'm gonna target those areas. But then I'm gonna go in with a big fluffy brush. I believe it's the 102, yep. Also BK Beauty. I think every brush I'm gonna show you is probably gonna end up being BK Beauty. And just hit the rest of the face and set all that. Okay, and even though I powdered, you can see that highlighter is still shining. Alrighty, let's move on to bronzer. And so another YouTuber I really love watching, just a big fan, is of Ellie Glines. And I love how she does a ton of drugstore, but she's not afraid to pull in some high-end stuff as well. And I actually bought this because I saw her using it, and it's one of my 2 favorite, probably bronzers of all time, and they both happen to be drugstore. But this one is Milani. I have it in 2 shades, 02 and 01, and I'm gonna go with 01 today, which is Sunlight. And I'm going to use actually an old brush that I've been loving, the Sephora 55. It's an old powder brush, but look at how small it is compared to the BK Beauty one. So this used to be considered a big powder brush, but now look at what's on the market. So things have evolved a little bit. I know I went a little too heavy-handed with the bronzer contour, but this will diffuse it a little bit and I'll bring it down. I love this brush. I feel like it blends for you. Now for blush, she's a new favorite of mine. I think I've been watching Mandy Lee for about 2 or 3 months, And I just love her personality and I love her voice. I could just listen to her talk about anything. She's just so calm and so even, and nothing seems to faze her. And it seems like she has a nice dry sense of humor. I love her suggestions. She's a lot heavier on the drugstore side, and we both share a love for this. It's the Flower Beauty Flower Pots Powder Blush in Warm Hibiscus. I have loved this for a very long time, and I'm actually gonna use a Flower Beauty blush brush to apply it. It's just that perfect sheen of not sparkly, peachy pink. I think this is very close to NARS Orgasm, but I like it better. I never got into NARS Orgasm. Like, I don't know, like so many people have. It's not my thing. Love this one. I guess it's because it's so easily dupable that it's kind of hard to justify buying the original. Sorry, NARS. We are done with the face. I'm gonna put on my eyebrows. This is just my current combination. It's the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in Soft Blonde, and then I set it with the NYX Brow Mascara, so I will be right back. So this eyeshadow palette, this is the Natasha Denona Camel palette. I just wanna make sure I got the name right. And I first saw this in person when I was sharing a hotel room with Amanda, known as Lux Mommy, and it's just gorgeous. Amanda very generously let me use her palette when we were rooming together, and then I placed an order and bought it myself when I got home, and I've been using it ever since. I do wish, and I've said it before, that these two shades were different, like that they were not so similar, but I still love the palette. And I'm gonna do a really, really quick, super easy eye for you. So BK Beauty 201, and I'm going in the middle shade. I'm gonna swatch them next to each other so you can see what I'm talking about. Here's the middle shade, here's the outer shade. So when you swatch them, there is some difference. So actually, the outer shade seems to be a little bit lighter, so that's what we're gonna go with. And I just tip my head back. It's harder to see on camera, but there is a shadow where you wanna put your crease color. Too much shadow. And as usual, when I film on camera, I screw things up. So this is a little heavier than I would like on the outer, on this eye. This figures. There we go. But I will show you how I fix it. The one thing this palette does not have is like a matte or satin brow bone. I don't know why she fixated on it. I think a perfect palette should have 6 colors, but that's just me. And I'm pulling it all the way into the inner corner too. And then before I fix it, I'm gonna go in with a little pencil smudger, the 207, and I'm gonna go in with that middle shade and go underneath. Going back into my powder with a clean brush, and I'm just blending it on top a little bit, and now we have fixed it. Ta-da! And go under here too. Next is this beautiful shade. I think it's called Dune. And I'm just gonna take my ring finger and go across the lid. Then I'll take my clean fluffy brush and just kind of go along the edge. That is it. All right, now let's curl the lashes. So when this whole pandemic thing started, I definitely was into no makeup, not doing my hair, not getting dressed, as far as not getting dressed, like loungewear. But I have lost track of what week we're in. It might be week 5, I don't know. And I'm over it. Like, I'm getting dressed every day. I'm back to putting makeup on, doing my hair, full outfits. Like, how long can one person live in loungewear? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's get some eyeliner on. I haven't been wearing eyeliner as much. I will say I do a full face of makeup, but I've been skipping eyeliner a lot, and I'm good with that. But I wanted to address this one because it's an old favorite and a huge favorite of my friend Natasha, who you just heard me talking about when we did our dog puppy collaboration. She's known as Nashville Tash, and she uses the Makeup Forever, what is this actually called? Aqua XL. I'm almost down to, I've used mine so much that I've almost gotten rid of the label. She swears by the matte black version. I am not a big fan of black eyeliner on myself, so I'm going for the matte dark brown, which is pretty close, and I'm just gonna do a straight line across my eye. No wing, nothing exciting, so we will be right back. I've forgotten how good these are. There's such a huge color range on these. They are waterproof too. Like, they're not going to budge. So I'm glad I pulled this back out. I reached out to Crystal, Miss Crystal here on YouTube. We were texting each other, and she swears by this combo for her mascara. She does the L'Oreal Lash Primer first, and then the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara on top, and I think that is a great idea. So that is what I'm gonna do. I especially like using a lash primer on the outer corner of my lashes because those tend to tangle up. I know it's not a problem everybody has, but this helps me separate them and get them ready for the mascara. Now we are down to lipstick. So the lipstick I'm using is the formula that my dear friend Angie from Hot and Flashy recommended to me. She's also in that text group, but it's not the same color she has, and I'm fairly certain that this color is not available anymore, but I love the Hourglass Confessional lipsticks. I forgot how awesome this is. This packaging is like, it's also on sale at Sephora right now. So I have it in the shade True Love Means Blank. It's a very nice neutral shade, and I need to pick up some more other shades. So please, in the comments below, if you are a fan of the Hourglass Confession lipstick, tell me your favorite shade. I also want to address my fingernails because I'm getting a lot of questions on Instagram and here on YouTube. What are you doing with your nails? How did you do that? So I feel like I've talked about this before, but I need to talk about it again. Here is my latest glue-on pair. I did cut them down when I initially put them on. I showed it in stories. They were like talons. So this is not my idea. I watched Makeup by Tiffany D do this, a year or so ago, and was intrigued, but at the time thought, I will never do that. I'm not taking my acrylic nails off. Well, times change. So this is my second pair. I've gone on to buy like 3 or 4 more. They lasted, the first pair I had to like pry off and soak in acetone. They did not come off. They lasted a good 2 weeks, could have gone longer, but I was getting bored and wanted to change them. You can absolutely paint on top of these. They are super easy to apply, and I'm not gonna make a video on how to do it because Tiffany has already done it for you, and we message back and forth a lot on Instagram. She had a lot of great suggestions and things that I really love, but nothing tops these nails. They have been a lifesaver. Now, I do have a video coming up on the Zoya gel system that I tried, and I didn't keep it on as long as it definitely could have gone on for a lot longer. I will get into that in that video. And if you are a shellac fan, you will love that system. But I like the hard acrylics, so this works for me. All right, this video is getting super long. All the products and all the people that recommended them will be in the description box. By no means is this an exhaustive list of the people that I absolutely love watching. Top of mind, Emily Noel, like she's like up here. Absolutely adore watching her and her attitude and her sunny, positive outlook on life is just particularly uplifting to watch when you are in a situation that we're in. There's just so many more. I don't want to start naming names because I'll leave even more people out and I will feel badly. So in the description box, I'll add a few more people that I recommend watching, but again, not an exhaustive list. There's so many amazing people here on YouTube, creative, uplifting, inspiring. So whatever your niche is, whatever you're looking for, you will find that person here on YouTube. And I love that no matter how long we've all been doing this, there is always room for another person at our table. So share in the comments below the people that you really enjoy watching, give some more love, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much, Lisa D1, for coming up with this idea. It's been a blast, and I look forward to our collab next month too. As always, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you are all well, and I will see you in the next video.